The Younger Dryas impact hypothesis. The Younger Dryas is a cold snap that's detected by the absence of pollen from a flower that grows in the tundra called the Dryas. So there was obviously a younger Dryas and an older Dryas, but a cold snap that happened 13,000 years ago is referred to as the Younger Dryas. How could there have been a meteor impact that caused this cold snap and the extinction of the mastodons and the near extinction of the Clovis culture? Clovis is the name given to projectile points found in North America, which are often associated with mastodon kills. You find mastodon bones 13,000 years old with stone projectile points, spear points, 13,000 years ago. What could be the explanation? What killed the mastodons and perhaps extinguished the Clovis culture in North America? I'll explain how a meteor could have impacted the ice sheet on North America without leaving a crater. This is the Earth. This is the axis of rotation at the top, the North Pole. We're going to zoom in and consider the ice on the North Pole. The ice sheet would be thick over a landmass. It would be thinner over the Arctic Ocean. Just to orient yourself, this would be North America, Canada, the United States, and over here would be Siberia. If a meteor were to come in and hit the thick part of the ice, as opposed to thin ice, might leave a crater if it hit the thin ice, such as the crater recently found in Greenland called the Hiawatha crater, but it's not been dated yet. It could be associated with the Younger Dryas. We don't know yet. But if a meteor hit the thick ice, the result would be no crater, a lot of rainfall, a lot of steam, clouds, water vapor in the air. Water vapor in the upper atmosphere would form ice crystals, which would take perhaps years to dissipate, blocking out sunlight, making the Earth, especially the northern hemisphere, very cold. And you would have a sudden rise in sea level. If you were living in the Black Sea area over there near the Mediterranean, you might experience dark skies, a lot of rainfall, a sudden increase in sea level that might burst through at Constantinople and flood the Black Sea. It could have led to the story of the Great Flood. But it could also be the reason for the extinction of the mastodons and the woolly mammoths suddenly, and the near extinction of the Clovis culture in North America. How could you have a meteor cause great significant changes to the Earth's population of animals and people and climate, but not leave a crater? Well, it hit the thick ice. If the meteor came in at an angle, the land underneath the ice might have been deformed and created a configuration of oddly shaped lakes today known as the Great Lakes. So my theory is that the Great Lakes is evidence of the impact, and the so-called Carolina Bays, the rainwater depressions, are the evidence remaining of the secondary impact of the ejecta of different shapes, sizes of boulders that rain down all over North America. So animals and people would have been hit by various sizes of boulders traveling at great velocity. It would have smashed all the trees, killed all the animals that were in the open. And if you were hiding in a shelter, a cave, or behind rocks, you would emerge to a world that was suddenly colder, dark and cold and probably significant rainfall. This could be the origin of the flood myth, which would mean it's not a myth at all, that it really happened. If you were living in the Black Sea, the waters of the Mediterranean might have suddenly burst through that little peninsula between the Mediterranean and the Black Sea. You may have a sudden several hundred feet of water flooding into the Black Sea, many days of rain. The origin of the flood myth and the extinction of the mastodons and the disappearance of the Clovis culture in North America. Meteor impact on thick ice, no crater. Yet tremendous changes to the Earth's atmosphere, climate, population of people, and megafauna. The younger Dryas impact hypothesis.